Hey guys, Crystal Thompson here for Unity Stamp Company. Today I have a monochromatic color combination for today's color combos with Crystal. This is going to be my last color combos for this year. I am taking a little bit of time off and just creating cards. So I'm going to stay on the Unity, but just coming off of the blog. So as you can see, we have this gorgeous color monochromatic. We're doing this all shades of blue, and this color combination actually comes from the May 2021 WIT kit. So let me show you what we're going to be using. We have the beautiful simple spring, we have the stencil included, Beauty of Blooming, we're using the flowers, and then this awesome full-size pack of Nouveau glitter paste. I have the awesome pattern paper that I have cut to 5.5 by 4 inches, so it's about a quarter of an inch smaller than my card page, which is 5.5 with 4.25. And that way it's going to sit right on the center, and we're going to have the sides of the cardstock exposed. I'm placing the stencil onto that cardstock and attaching through the back, and that way if I end up tearing that sticky part, it doesn't tear off of the pattern. I've removed that first layer, and we're going to add with a little spatula the first layer of this beautiful glitter paste. And I love that WIT has already totally looked into the color combinations, and so I really thought it'd be fun and kind of busy to add some polka dots to an already polka dot pattern paper. So we have the white printed polka dot, and then now we're gonna have this gorgeous minty blue glittery paste. So I'm going to remove any of the excess. I'm going to lift up, and then I'm going to pause this because I'm going to go wash my stencil super quickly. That way the paste doesn't stick, and then this allows to dry. It's going to take about 5 minutes to dry before we move on, so we're going to set that aside. Next, I have another piece of cardstock that's going to match the pattern paper, and I have Aquatini ink. This is from Catherine Pooler, but you feel free to use whatever you like. And I have 2 shades of this, so I have like a dark teal and then a light teal, and then I'm adding these 2 colors onto the stamp. So I'm going to create like an ombre stamp. Then I'm going to bring this down onto this solid piece of cardstock. I'm going to press down. I'm going to let it sit for just a couple seconds to really allow the cardstock to absorb this beautiful color. And then we're going to lift up, and then you see we have this beautiful set of flowers. Then I'm going to bring in the sentiment from the same stamp set, and we're going to use the darkest of the teals, and again just making sure that the whole stamp is nice and covered. And then I'm going to stamp that up in the upper left corner, again letting it sit for a couple seconds before I lift up and move on to the next process. I'm going to bring in my Tim Holtz scissors, and I'm going to trim around this flower, and I'm going to leave a very small edge on the side, and that way it looks really nice and clean. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just going to follow along with the curves and then the little sticks. I'm going to show you just a quick peek of what we're doing here. Next, I'm bringing my Elementary Colors Nouveau color pencils, and these are actually included in a previous WIT kit, and I'm just going to use these, and I'm going to start doing some flickering from the inner part of the base of the flowers, and then I'm going to try to flicker out. And I'm going to use Nouveau drops as my medium. I'm not going to actually watercolor with them, but I wanted to show you how easy it was to give some dimension to it without actually having to do a ton of coloring. And some flickering, some of the yellow, and then we're going to bring in some purple and blues for the inner part of these florals. But I don't want to lose the edges or the already very detailed parts of these flowers. I want to say they're magnolias, but I'm not quite sure what they are. They look like magnolias. They're absolutely gorgeous, and I'm really loving the stamps that are included in the WIT kit from May. Once that is all nice and colored, we're going to begin putting our card together. So I have my card base, 5.5, 4.25, and then I have a one-sided adhesive. So I'm going to add adhesive to the cardstock, the card base, depending on how you make your cards. I like to make card panels and then attach these to white Nina card bases. and that kind of keeps the room of storage a lot easier for me just because I don't have a ton of storage. Then I'm going to remove the backing off the one-sided adhesive, and I get this adhesive at the dollar store, and I got it started before I actually place it down just because I find that it's super hard if I can't bend that foam. We're going to give it a little nice massage, pressing it down onto the cardstock, and then now we're going to remove that backing and lifting up, making sure that we don't leave any white pieces to it. We're going to bring in that pattern paper that has white pattern paper polka dots with our Nuvo paste polka dots, and I'm going to try to center it. And as you can see, we have two exposed edges of that clean cardstock. Now we're going to bring in a set of florals, again in the same cardstock that I've colored with the Nuvo pencils, and I'm going to bring in several different colors of Nuvo, and I'm going to use the transparent as it's going to dry kind of clear, and it's going to grab the colors that have been included in the Nuvo. Just because those are watercolor pencils, it's going to mix with this medium, and it's just going to lift it up and give it some dimension. So I'm going to add these to the outer edges, the inner bases, and just add this whole thing, and it's going to dry clear, and it's going to look absolutely gorgeous. So now we're going to continue putting our card together. I have the Enjoy the Beauty of Becoming, which is the sentiment from the WIT kit, and I'm going to place this on the center left of the florals. It's going to overlap it just a little bit, and I've added foam adhesive as well. You can use double-sided. I was trying to finish using that one sheet of one-sided foam adhesive. And then I'm going to bring in some different sets of sequins. So first step, I'm going to use this variation of blues. It kind of has a little bit of purple, and the whole thing matches really nicely. I'm going to bring in my Studio Katia jewel lifter, picker upper. There's so many different brands. Just pick whatever you like. And if you don't have one, go grab yourself a Crayola, remove the outer part of it, and then you can use that to stick on the rest of these gems. And guys, that does it for me today. Thank you so much for joining me on Color Combos with Chris. I hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial using the WIT Kit May 2020 for our color combinations. Stay tuned for more color combinations, more videos. We have new releases today, and come back next Tuesday for a new blog post on the Unity Stamp Company blog. We'll see you guys later. Have an amazing day.